last month, but we've had them before.
Okay, so I already started
I have
the
mine from
recording
earlier.
play.
She made tents,
So
yeah.
this is
At the senior
Terminator
center, I can read
2012.
them anyway.
So at this time, we're gonna get started. We do have quorum,
Call to order at,
call to order at 6:09. Anthony Manzano is the president, he's not here, so it's the next in command that does the meeting. In this case, I will be chairing the meeting, and my name is Michelle Cruzantes, I am the treasurer. It would normally be the vice president, but we don't have one right now because he has resigned. So then that leaves me the next in command to take on the meeting. Let's do roll call. Cynthia Sandoval,
here.
Stephanie Escobar,
Here.
Michelle Corsantes, here. And flag salute. The flag is over here. Everybody please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we are now on public comment. If we have public comment, it will be 2 minutes public comment, and I'll be timing it. And for the record, if you can just state your name so we know on our minutes when we're doing minutes who you are. And I don't think the footage reaches over there, so maybe just stand over here by the chairs when you speak to us so we can get you on our camera.
Which, like the front
Right there in front of those 2 chairs, yeah. And let me know when you're ready so I can start the timer for you, okay? You let me know. Ready?
So, good afternoon. My name is Veronica Calderon. I'm actually here to present a stakeholder petition with 50 signatures for the motion that the Alley 32 NC shall send a letter to the city planning requesting a full environmental impact report on the proposed development of Rosa de Castilla Apartments on 4208 East Huntington Drive, Los Angeles at 90032. So I have it and I'm tuning it in.
Thank you. It's an initiative, so that'll go automatically on our agenda. Yes, that's what it is, correct?
Yes, correct.
So just for the other stakeholders who know, it's an initiative. As our bylaws, when we get 50 signatures with 50 stakeholders telling us to put this on the agenda, we don't get to vote on it. It automatically will be seen and heard on the next general agenda, which is August 2nd. We will be seeing this. Okay? Thank you. Any more public comments?
Hey, do you have? Did you take the other set? Did you take the other set?
Any more public comment? No? Seeing none, let's go ahead and proceed to the next agenda item. We are now going to create the agenda. As you see the executive agenda, if you have copies, we have put all the old business on this executive agenda. That doesn't mean we're going to vote on this old business. That's just being transparent, showing you that these are the things that did not get heard on July 7th, so they will automatically roll over to August 2nd. So for the community to see what it was, because some people didn't stay for the whole meeting, but this is how you know what will go automatically over, which is old business will be the first one. Motion that LE 32 and C take action I of grievance number 77 that was assigned by Empower LA and create a grievance panel for grievance number 77. Motion number two that LE 32 and C create a grievance panel for the 3 grievances submitted by stakeholder Ruben Chavez. As per our bylaws, the grievance procedure below shall be used to challenge formal action of LE 32 and C. The attachments will be copies that we continue giving to the board directors and stakeholders, which is the actual grievances that Ruben Chavez has submitted to us, and we'll have them that day as well. And of course, it gives you the description of what a grievance process is. And then number 3, motion that LE 32 censure President Manzano for numerous violations of the LE 32 NC bylaws, Article 8, meeting section 1B public comment, article, wow, what number is that? 10, 11, what number would that be, this one right here?
Which one?
That one, article
14.
14, compliance, section 1, bond policy, code of civility, article 5, governing board, section 6, filling vacancies, article 8, section 1.A1, general meetings. And again, we will attach attachments again, which we've been doing at all of our meetings to the board and on our website. And then number 4, old business, which once again, like we mentioned earlier, it'll go automatically on the agenda. Motion that LE32NC purchase ink for the 2 LE32NC printers, print paper of 10 boxes of 10 rings inside each box, index monthly dividers, masking tape, paper clips, golf pencils, fund up to and not to exceed $1,000 to be taken from operational expense category. So that you will see it on our draft agenda that we have here already created, or this is a working document that we're working on today. That's going to be for August 2nd. As you can see, we start here with the agenda. We have put vacant for that West region. We have the general public comment, the president's report. The old business is right there, which is what we just read to you. It's not going to be old business number 1, it's going to be old business number 9. And that's number 10, what we just read to you. Number 11. Was there one more?
There are the 10 boxes of
100 reams.
Yeah, that was missing in there.
Which one?
rings of paper.
Oh, that's right, huh? Okay, so
Yeah,
let me
I don't
take
know
it.
if you can,
Let me grab it from right here. That was
That
this
one.
one, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so then this one, we'll move this guy over to the side, and he will be number, what number is he gonna be? Number 12, right? It'll be number 12.
The last one would be number 12.
There it is. So, this, do you want to vote by section, or do you want to just continue and vote as a whole, the entire agenda and continue? Do you want to vote right now, old business by
I think
section?
we should do it like, that's what we did the last
We
one.
should.
We
Okay.
should continue to do
So-
it that way. Old
This is in
business.
case the public wants to comment on.
On this old section, okay, so does somebody want to motion to,
Yes, I'll go ahead and motion. So I'll motion to move forward old business, items number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
that'll be on the,
That would be moved to August 2nd, 2017 General Board Meeting agenda. I would read as 9, 10, 11, and 12.
correct, yes.
I can mention, this was the one.
Because the general board agenda has other stuff, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we have all the way up into 8, I think it's the treasurer's report.
yeah.
Yeah, see?
Second?
Stay the same second.
Okay, so Stephanie seconds. Do we have public comment?
Any public comment for these items?
Yeah, I feel like I should say something, but no, I've got nothing.
Nothing? Public comment?
I have a public comment. Yeah,
You, okay, give me 1 second. Let me start the timer for you, sir. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I just wondered if, because the first, the second, and the third of those things are likely, might take a lot of time, I wondered if the action about the paper could be moved first. That seems like sort of a slam dunk. And the paper is necessary for the neighborhood council to move forward with its routine business. Oh, sorry. So I wasn't, that's just my comment.
Okay,
I think it'd be a good idea to move it up to the first position.
okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Tom?
no.
Okay. Board discussion, does anyone want to make an amend or leave as is? Cynthia?
That's a tricky one. When everybody's waiting for these first 3 to go quickly as well.
Yeah, that was just a suggestion, or we could leave it as is.
I think we should just leave it as it is.
Okay. Stephanie? Okay. So with no more board discussion, let's go ahead and take a vote. Do you want to read back that motion? Do you want to read it or?
Oh, number one. Motion that LA 32NC purchase ink for the two LA 32NC printers, pen paper of 10 boxes of 10 reams inside each box. Index, monthly dividers, masking tape, paper clips, golf pencils, fund up to and not to exceed $1,000 to be taken from operational expenses category.
No, it was the motion Cynthia made
Oh, the motion that I made, wow, that's a long motion.
to accept the old business as is.
To accept old business from July 7th, board meeting to August 2nd, board meeting as read, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be on the agenda for August 2nd, 2017 as 10, 11, and 9, 10, 11, and 12.
There you go. So we're ready to vote. Cynthia,
Yes.
Stephanie, and Michelle. Yes. So the motion passes 3-0-0. Old business will be as we see it right now. So moving along, let's get back to the executive agenda. We have executive agenda right here. We're going to go now into new business of the executive agenda. So for new business, we have the very first one, which we need to fill in the vacancy, the vacant West Region seat. Number 2, which is to, once we fill in the board, or fill in that seat, fill in the vice president seat. Number 3, vote for a secondary signatory that requires city by city clerk. And we'll stop at there because then we'll continue with 4 because that's a whole new different thing to take care of. So with number 1, 2, and 3, does anybody want to move that forward to move it to the general board agenda? When we move it to the new business, it'll be new business 1.
Okay, so it'll go to 1.
Yeah, it'll go to August the 1st, new business 1.
Okay. So I'll move the motion, I'll move new business, items 1, 2, and 3. Correct?
Yes,
Yes, that's where we start. 1, 2, and 3 from August,
from executive.
from executive committee to August 2nd, general board agenda. As read.
Okay, do we have any public comment? Oh, I'm sorry, I need a second.
A second.
Okay. Do we have any public comment? None? Okay, none being said, any board discussion? Cynthia? None?
No.
Do you guys think that's fine if we leave the bylaws on there, so it kind of helps the board directors and stakeholders see what we're doing? It's a little more clarification, or do you guys think it's too much?
Nothing is ever too much,
Right.
especially if you want the public to know what's going on.
The only thing is, because there's nowhere here it references your bylaws. So somewhere you might want to reference your bylaws. Like this is the bylaws.
Or our bylaws.
Ah, there you go. Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it says on both of them for our bylaws, I believe.
And then as you can see, the language now just says motion. We put motion on there, because it's obviously we're moving it forward, so it's a action motion. This one right here, we need to put per our bylaws. This one didn't say per our bylaws, number 2.
So then do it right after, like same way that you did it, when you said fill in the vacant West vacancy, then you put per our bylaws, and then you put that.
Okay. And then let's look at number 3, make sure it has,
You know, if you want to make it a little more official, you might want to put LA 32 bylaws. Just,
oh yeah, that's true.
just to make,
Just to say, well, what bylaws are you talking about, right?
yes, LA 32. Yeah. Top one, just to make it a little more.
Okay.
And I think the third one we're gonna,
The third one, well, it's not for our bylaws, now it's
the
required.
third one is just to vote for a secondary signatory.
Yeah, that is required by the city clerk. Okay, so, ready to vote for motions for new business items 1, 2, and 3 from the executive committee to go on the August 2nd general board agenda as 1, 2, and 3, new business. Cynthia Sandoval,
Yes.
Stephanie Escobar, Michelle Corsantes, yes. 3-0-0, motion passes that these 3 items from the executive committee will move to the August 2nd general board agenda as items 1, 2, and 3. So let's go back to our executive agenda. Now we continue on to number 4. Committee appointments, beautification, membership and outreach, land use, arts and culture, ad hoc voter engagement. Does anybody want to move this forward to the general board agenda, which usually falls under, it is the way Anthony's been doing it, it falls under president's report right here. So does anybody want to move executive agenda item number 4 over to the general board item number 5?
So I will move the executive meeting agenda number 4 and new business to our general board meeting August 2nd agenda as read to number 5 under President's report.
Okay, and second? Okay. Public comment? Board discussion? Cynthia? So I already, as you can see, I already worked on that draft. You know, we put it on there, beautification committee, arts and culture, ad hoc, land use, membership and outreach. And once again, as per, let's put LE 32.
Oh,
32 and C. Bylaws. Article, and there we go, where it quotes the article that he's able to appoint and change.
That was kind of weird.
Is that how land use is? Let me see.
It's land.
Is it 2
slash-
separate words?
It's like
Yes,
land,
two.
sites, use.
Usually 2 separate.
Is it 2 separate words?
Yeah.
Like that on,
Yeah.
that looks so weird. Okay. Okay, any,
That's why it's called plum.
any more public, any more board discussion, Stephanie, before we go to vote?
No.
Okay, so let's go ahead and vote. Cynthia Sandoval, voting that the executive agenda, item number 4 in new business to be moved to August 2nd general board agenda as number 5, new business, which falls under the president's report. Cynthia Sandoval,
Yes.
Stephanie Escobar, Michelle Corsantes, yes. Motion passes 3-0-0.
I have a quick question. In your presentations, the department is put with, what was the Bureau of Engineering? Just curious. It's nothing wrong with
I
it.
have no idea.
I don't know why we're with Bureau of Engineering.
I don't know who,
That's fine.
yeah, I don't know, that was already there, so.
Where?
It's just department report. This is like done in.
Oh, you know what that it was? It was because the last time that they came in and they did that report for us on
And
the
they wanted to be
bridge,
on there.
when they took down the Soto Bridge, they had come in. I
I
don't think they're gonna be coming anymore.
Weird mesh, that's all.
Because I had even asked that day on, at that meeting, I said, will you be returning? It says, oh no, we're done.
It was just that one time.
Yeah, so.
Actually, there will be a next project coming
That's
up
good.
soon.
I just will leave it out, okay. Okay.
But it should be a department such as Department of Public Works rather
Yeah.
than Bureau of Engineering.
Okay, so then let's go back to our executive agenda. We're on number 5. This is the executive agenda. And it's committee recommendations. At this time, if there's any committees that you have emailed from?
Yes, I did ask you to make a copy.
Yes,
for
these
me.
are the ones that you told me to print for land use.
Right.
These are for outreach, and I'll read them out loud right now because we're going to determine how we're going to put them in here. And this is voter ad hoc voter engagement. Anything else from any other committees?
Any other committees
Before we read
represented?
them out loud and see which one, where we're gonna put them?
A comment on the one from land use. You might associate it with the initiative for an EIR that was presented tonight.
Yeah, you know,
I
I
was
was
unaware
noticing
that
that.
it was being circulated.
It was, exactly.
They're the same project.
Right, but see, in your actual motion to your recommendation, it doesn't have the name of the project, it just says 4208 Huntington Drive.
Yeah.
And that's how you guys wanted it to be read. So it says, Land Use Committee recommends that LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board opposes unless amended the proposed residential project at 4208
This is the actual
Huntington
email,
Drive.
if you wanna show it to him. I printed his actual
Yeah.
email.
It might say, put them together.
No, no,
because
yeah, I
They are
understand what you're
related.
saying, but I mean, in this motion or recommendation, it doesn't state that it's the same, it's just the address. So the only way for us to know it's
Yeah.
the same project is by using the address.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. That's extra.
Yeah, these are,
So we got 1, 2, and, and I print Marcia's, I got it right here. I'm gonna bring it up. So we're gonna decide right now, which ones go first, and what order we're going to put them in. Let's go to new business.
so you
They're
checked
both
your
new
email and
businesses.
nobody has sent anything else?
No, just
Let me-
Marcia, which was before the 24 hours.
Right, let me just double check. Bruce?
Go ahead.
Mr. Williams?
He's here. He's not-
Yeah, no, he actually, I told him that I would print it out for him so that we
Yeah.
had it in hand. That's new to you.
And I need to bring up the ones Marcia said so we can see. Marcia's is, which was time sensitive. Outreach is sending a motion, and their date for their motion, there's no date for the motion for budget and finance and outreach. There's no specific date. There's no date. For Tom, for land use, their date is,
Well, that's the day that they have their meeting, that's not.
no, I'm saying like, do they, you know how some motions are time sensitive, like it's an event or they need, so if you read his land use, they also don't have
It
a,
doesn't have a date.
yeah, it doesn't
The
have a date.
initiative is time sensitive.
And then Marcia, which is ad hoc voter engagement, theirs is for,
October.
no, September. September, so maybe put that one first.
September? Well, we're gonna do it by September because she wrote October 5th and December,
Did she?
October 3rd and December 5th is what I see on hers.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was-
I think she wa,
Somewhere
I
September.
think she wanted it to be done by September so she could have something to work with for, see it's right here, October 3rd and December 5th. Race has been set for 10-3 and 12-5. Anthony, please agendize appointing people to the ad hoc committee, which is part of number 5. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, part of number 4.
And you don't, I think there was a question about ad hoc committees and do they follow the Brown Acts? I think your bylaws state that you could have stakeholders on ad hoc committees, but there's no members of the no stakeholders on those committees, and they don't fall into the Brown Act rules.
Correct.
Because I know for that committee,
There's no directors.
there's only one.
Well, yeah, okay.
I think, but she wanted to move this forward because it's time sensitive.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if you guys do put it onto the agenda, the board could decide, hey, we want to do more research or.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're gonna put it on. 'cause she's
Well,
the-
it's very difficult because she's the only standing committee member right now. So Miguel was on there, so there's no longer, and then Sonny, we don't have a definite answer, so let's go ahead and.
So the next item would be after number 3, which will be number 4. Number 4,
They don't want to do before.
right? I didn't want to give you number 4, right? Say, no way, I'm not gonna give you 4.
It's formatting.
Yeah, because you're.
Haha, we'll fix that at number 3 right now. So, Which one do you want to do next? Do you want to do,
I think that what Mr. Williams was saying about the initiative, that should be first.
okay,
And that would coincide with the land use recommendation.
so you're saying, oh, that's right, the initiative, we got an
Yeah,
initiative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the,
That initiative is for the same 4208 Huntington Drive, which is Rosa de Castilla
Uh-huh.
apartment complex.
to put it on to the.
Yes.
One is for a recommendation
To
that the
amend.
project undergo a full environmental impact report.
That's-
Whereas the land use committee, our agenda specifically just said oppose, or consider and finding for the project.
Okay. So do we have verbiage for them to put on?
Right here, the initiative, the way they worded it, it would be this wording right here. Do you want to show us now?
But and that one is time sensitive because planning department can decide any minute.
Yeah.
Question of information. The petition is to completely oppose the development.
That was the recommendation from the land use committee.
This is for
The petition
full
is for
EIR.
the planning
Okay,
department
right,
to
okay.
undertake a full
The
environmental.
petition is
Yeah,
for a
like I
full
said,
EIR,
Do you think,
whereas
Cynthia,
the
that we should put
recommendation
to
of
pay
land use
Alcosina the
committee
balance of that
is to
event that we
oppose
went
it
over?
unless
'Cause
certain amendments are made.
Yeah.
The way that gets done.
That and reallocating that budget, it's just those two things.
And-
They're
and
two funny
part of
things.
the-
So we're
And then
talking
we'll
two
put-
different issues, really.
That-
Not really,
yeah.
because
Because there's the
under
La
an
Cocina, we had a
EIR,
coffee with cops.
you are allowed
And
to promote
it's to pay them out extra.
alternatives.
And also the
We have
budget and
larger
finance,
So
we
one
got
of the
to
things would be,
reallocate.
if we oppose
It's a
the
reallocation
project,
of the budget.
what do we
Do you want to put those two first?
support?
Yeah.
Which would be number 4?
What do we
Do
want?
that
Okay,
first.
do you want to read
So
that
we
to me
can
real
get that
quick?
done.
And that would go in as a community-based.
Motion,
Okay,
Well,
so
I
we're
thought
resuming
the
to
refusal
the,
to support
number
was
4, right?
yeah.
Okay, so number 4 would be our one here.
amended
And that's
by the
motion
idea that unless
LA 32
certain
NC.
factors,
We would
Allocate
oppose it unless,
we would oppose it unless certain things are
yeah,
done.
rather than, we would support it if,
Implying that we would support it if these things are done.
Outreach category. Under membership and outreach committee.
To outreach category.
Under membership and outreach committee. And then in parentheses, you have C attachment A.
Which we will be providing the receipt.
Right. That's going to be coming from Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
And then number 2 would be number 5.
What was it? It's I have it under attachment A, huh?
Correct. See attachment
See attach. Okay, and then
A. Number 2 that we have here would be number 5.
okay.
And that would be a motion that LA 32 NC pay the balance of $150 to La Cocina.
110. Remember, it was 10 cents.
Oh, 150. wait,
And 10 cents.
We did vote it to change it to 10, and
Yeah.
we did pass it, but on this paper it says 00. So it should be $150 with 10 cents to La Cocina for the additional food at the July 20th Coffee with Cops event, period. And it says in parentheses, attachment B.
See attachment B, correct? Because we will provide that one.
That is correct. And that is part of what we had the other day when we had our meeting. So we have the receipt. So the receipt will be part of the attachment.
Okay. So then the next one would be the initiative, is what we said?
Yes.
Did you want to put the initiative next?
Yeah. So the next initiative would be next, and that's this
Do
one.
you want to read it to me?
Sure, of course. So from the very top, or you just want motion that?
Motion.
Okay.
Started for motion.
So, motion that LA 32 NC shall send a letter to the city planning requesting a full environmental
Spell it out.
environmental environmental impact report, and those are all capitals. On the proposed development,
Development capital?
no, they're all lowercase.
It's proposed, not proposed.
Oh,
Proposed.
pro, not proposing.
Yeah.
Proposed.
Development. And then there's a dash. And then it says Rosa de Castilla. Rosa capital?
Rosa.
Capital D or no?
No,
Like that? Like
yes,
that?
just
Rosa
like
de
that.
Castilla?
Apartments at 4208 East Huntington Drive, Los Angeles, 90032.
Do you want me to spell Los Angeles? Yeah.
Rosa Day,
I'll fix apartments right now.
rather than Rose.
No, Rosa de Castilla is correct, it's the apartments that has a double P.
Rosa.
Rosa, not Rose.
Rosa de Castilla.
Rosa de Castilla.
Yeah.
90032? What else?
Yes, and then in parentheses, you're gonna have capital CPC dash 2017 dash 507 equals
Oh, not plus, equals.
capital DB dash capital CU and then the word and the following is ENB in capital dash 2017 dash 508 dash EAF in capital and close parentheses. Period.
Do we need to put here, it's a stakeholder initiative? So
That's
we
why I was asking you. It should say stakeholder petition initiative.
Probably at the beginning.
At the beginning on, that's what we usually do, no? Stakeholder initiative, correct?
Well, they put in here stakeholder petition initiative, so in our bylaws, it's called.
Initiative.
Yeah, it's a stakeholder initiative.
Spell initiative for me?
INITIATIVE. Initiative.
Okay. That'll be number 6 on new
Right.
business.
Make sure the initiative is capital as well. The I. Okay, and then we're moving on to the next would be 7, and that would be the recommendation from land use, right? So that you
Yeah.
follow that.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it to me? Is it this one? Do you have it there? Read it.
Okay, so all of this in front would be, okay. So it says, motion that LA 32 Neighborhood Council Land Use
You want,
Committee.
it's the word neighborhood council, the way he has it.
No, it just says Land Use Committee recommends, but we have to put motion that always in the front. So it's motion that LA 32 Neighborhood Council,
Is that how he has it? Or just leave it and see?
it doesn't have it at all.
Oh, okay.
You understand what
We're
I'm saying?
moving it forward as we
Moving it
speak,
as we
so,
speak,
okay.
Right. Okay, Land Use Committee recommends, oh, sorry, go ahead, committee, recommends that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board oppose,
Is that right, opposed?
OPP.
OPPOSE. Oppose unless amended the proposed, so it's PROPOSED, residential project,
Spell it for me, residential?
RESIDENTIAL Untitled project, in which they have that project word capitalized, so I don't know if
You
you know.
want to capitalize the word project?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not capitalized, but at 4208 Huntington Drive. Nowhere does it say east, west, south, north, or anything. So that's just the way that
There is
it's,
no west.
it's read. No, I understand that, but it's not giving us a clarification whether it's east, south, north, west.
And that's it, right?
Yeah. So then that would be a period after drive.
Can I say something?
Mhm.
It's not really a motion that the land use committee recommend anything. It's really the land use committee recommends a motion that LA 32 does these things.
We always begin with motion that, LA 32.
You didn't on number 6.
Oh, because that's a state, yes, it does. Motion that LA 32
Yeah.
MC shall send a letter.
Exactly, stakeholder initiative motion that. And so this is land use committee recommendation motion that.
Did you guys take a stand? The committee?
I think he's talking about the verbiage that we're looking
Yeah.
at. So let's look it over.
So are you,
Well, it's motion because we're moving it forward.
Right.
But did the land use committee say discussion and possible action or motion?
Neither.
oh, so it's not going to appear, the words motion are not going to appear on the agenda.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
it
the agenda.
Well, yeah, but it's not a motion that the land use committee do anything. That's the thing. It's a motion that the
Can you weigh in
LA
on that?
32 council board
So you're
do something.
For this one, just to make it clear, just put
Land
discussion
use
of possible
committee.
action in the beginning. So it says the motion that, just a discussion.
So then when somebody moves it forward, it becomes the motion now.
Right. So discussion of possible action.
Discussion and possible action that LA 32 Land Use Committee
And
recommends.
that LA 32 does a motion, like, well, if you're opposing if you're doing, opposing, you want them to oppose it, then you don't do a motion.
Yeah, but the point is,
Wouldn't it be discussion and possible action that LA 32 and C Land Use Committee oppose
yes.
that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council, wow, that is a tricky one.
Yeah, but see, the point is that why would they email us something that we're supposed to put on the agenda and we're changing the words around? We're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
No, that's not my point. My point is you're
Well,
not
he's
moving,
here,
you're not
so
making
he's-
a motion
But why
that
don't you,
the land
let's
use
ask,
committee do something. You're
He's here,
making a
so you can-
motion
You can
that the
give him
neighborhood
the right
council.
language.
I'm waiting for everybody else.
give them the right language.
Okay, the basic element is that the land use committee has recommended, might say, discussion and possible action by the LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board to oppose unless amended the proposed residential
Well,
project.
that's right. It's like that. Then that would get what you want.
Just put the, yeah.
discussion and possible action that LA 32 and C Land Use Committee to oppose unless
No,
amended.
We've already made a recommendation to the board to oppose.
So unfortunately, is there undo? Because what was before was that was
Yeah,
right.
go back to.
There you go. So the discussion possible action, LA 32 Land Use Committee recommends that LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board oppose. I don't understand what it means. Oppose unless amended the proposed residential plan. We just want them to oppose it, right?
So then if you go back to where it says Land Use Committee to recommends, no, just put recommends, take out the two. The word two in front of it. Okay, the Land Use Committee recommends that LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board oppose, isn't it, comma, unless amended, comma, the proposed residential project at 4208 Huntington Drive. Does that sound better?
Does sound better or sound worse?
What about, because otherwise it's like just, there's no subject matter, it's just like la 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 la
What do
la
you just
la.
look
Well,
at
you could also write it up. Discuss the possible action of the neighborhood, the board of the neighborhood council accepting the land uses suggestion,
Recommendation.
recommendation
To
that this
oppose.
project be opposed unless amended.
Yeah, well, that could be
Yeah,
done too.
Stephanie?
but-
Yeah, after oppose the proposed residential project, and then after the project name, unless amended.
Okay, so you want me to put, after oppose right
Unless
here?
amended after.
Okay,
Unless
so-
amended?
Yeah, so put it at the end,
Okay, unless amended should go where?
at the
At
end,
the end.
after Huntington Drive,
So you're saying that should go here,
Yeah.
unless
amended.
Like amended to what? Is there-
amended, and then take it out right here.
Whatever the board considers to be amendable.
Like that. Board opposed the proposal, unless, should I put comma after the drive? Comma? No comma.
Take the comma out.
Take out that.
And the first one.
Yeah, now we can take it out because that other one went to the end of the sentence.
That's it, right?
So read it again. Discussion and possible action, LA 32 NC Land Use Committee recommends that LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board oppose the proposed residential project at 4208 Huntington Drive unless amended. But what are we amending?
That's what I was asking.
To the satisfaction of the board. They
Amended,
have to come back.
amended according to land use committee's suggestions.
No.
Well, that's
It
the
has to
motion.
go
We
to the
can't change
board.
their wording.
We
Therefore,
just did.
I
What do you mean we can't change their wording?
we can hold a
It's
meeting.
here.
I know.
So you can change
You
it.
know, there's never a grammar cop around when you need one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, this
right?
is still.
I think that one sounded good. That's good.
Don't worry, I have archives from 4 years ago. Let me find one that fits it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so then the next one will be from ad hoc voter engagement. There's two of them. Do you want to read them to me here, or
Well,
how do
the
you want to do
first,
it?
isn't the first one, here I have it too.
Do you have it too? I have them right here if you need to read them to me.
Mm-hmm.
And would those be discussion and possible action, or would those be motion?
They're both the same point. Discussion, possible action, motion signifies to the public that you guys are taking action on it.
So the first one, you want me to put recommendation that LA 32 NC host a candidate forum for the AD 51 special election. Comma,
Elections or election?
election,
Singular.
comma, in September 2017. Exact date and time.
Period, comma, or?
Comma. Exact date and time to be determined upon general availability of candidates, comma, and the
Hold on. Sorry.
This is crazy. It's like a repetitive.
Available
Okay.
of candidates,
Comma, in the 90032 region, comma, exact location to be determined based on availability and cost. I should have just concised that, the exact date and location to be,
based on the availability and cost.
on availability and cost.
On or on?
On availability.
On the, not on the availability, just
On
on?
availability and cost. That's what the words say, that's what I'm.
Okay.
Okay, ready for the number 2? Let's see.
Too fun, no?
No,
The
it
next one too fun?
says, it says recommendation LA 32 NC allocate $600 in funding for space reservation, comma, printing materials, comma,
Materials or material?
materials with an S, plural, set dash up, which would be set up materials. And following that, you have a,
Comma? Or
no, parentheses. And you have your listing of notepads, comma, pens, comma, signage, comma, etc. Period, close parentheses.
Is it period or the little three
No,
dots?
period.
Oh.
I have it.
So it's not the three little dots?
Period. There you go. And snacks. Snakes, no. Snacks. And drinks
Ooh.
for the AD 51 candidate
Is
for.
AD 51 all one word like that or separate?
Yeah, she has it together like that.
Okay.
So fix it on the top. There you go.
Candidate forum in September 2017. Period.
That's it, right?
That's it.
I think that's all the motions.
From committee, yes.
Which are you guys, this is a very unique way of doing this, which is good, people can see it. So the public gets a chance to kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on.
We've been doing it the last 2 meetings like this, huh?
The last meeting we didn't because.
No, like this, we projected it.
We projected it, but we didn't record it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was asking have we been doing this? So last month we didn't record it, but we did it.
Projected,
Yeah,
and
we
the previous,
projected.
we also projected it for our stakeholders.
So you guys project it first and then discuss it afterwards.
Yeah, whereas we're doing typing, we're going by sections. So now we're going to go ahead and vote. If I can get a motion to move forward,
For
starting from number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think we should do 4 and 5 because it's the outreach. Then do the stakeholder initiative together, 6 and 7.
Because this is all right now what we just discussed.
Yeah.
This is from this section right here.
Right.
This is the committee
Oh, yeah,
recommendations.
so it's
That's
all,
why.
okay.
So that's why if I could get a motion from the executive agenda, the committee recommendations were put on the general board under 4, 5, 6,
So
7, 8.
I will move the motion, number 5 on our executive board agenda, Wednesday, July 26th, to our August 2nd, 2017 general board agenda, number 5 committee recommendations,
Which would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
To new business.
to new
Number
business.
4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Second on that, that would be Stephanie. Public comment?
I'll go back and forth on number 7, right? What do you guys think of this? Discussion of possible action that the LA 32, discussion of possible action, and then just put, instead of, don't put that, but then put LA 32 NC land use committee recommendation. Using the word recommendation versus recommend.
Easiest way is discussion and possible action on recommendation of the LA 32 Neighborhood Council Land
That's a whole lot of
Use
back
Committee.
and forth.
Yeah,
Or just put it,
Can we just?
a standard practice should be the motion and then put the committee in parentheses, just to show where it came from.
that's a good
So you'd have,
What about discussion and possible action, LA
That-
32 NC oppose the proposed residential project. at
And then put in
42
parentheses,
Eglinton Drive
land
as
use committee.
amended.
yeah, land use committee recommendation.
recommendation.
That'd be good for you, that'd be good for just going forward with the agenda, so people know, oh, this came from this
Format.
committee, right?
Right.
It's a format issue.
Okay, so then we're gonna take out recommends at LA 32.
Like that, right?
That's,
The LA 32 Neighborhood Council Board oppose the proposed residential project 42 unless amended.
Yes, that's the way it should look.
that's
That's a simple, bona fide, okay, I
And-
agree.
So the stakeholders now will know, Michelle, that
Well,
which committee is on.
here's one of the things, for the secretary, to make sure that all of the board members and committee members have a standardized form for making their recommendations to the board from committees.
It's always been that way, but when it came to me this way, I was like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of land use and back and forth with that alley 32, but it's, yeah, it works just like that.
Those Kachino,
So,
casinos are the outreach, right?
La Cocina is, yes, it's coming up, outreach, membership and
Yeah.
outreach. See, we had suggested this in the
Oh, we used to
previous
do it like
meeting,
this. We used to always do it, but
and
it
our
got changed.
president suggested that we not do that any longer, but we have to because
New standing rule.
it's, I mean, it's,
No, that's, okay, we can't discuss it here because it's not on the agenda, but one future thing that.
If I were you,
think
I'd
about
file a
is
grievance.
Have some standing.
If I were you, I'd
we
file a
do, but I don't
grievance.
know if that's a part of them.
Well, this is-
After visiting about 20 different neighborhood councils.
That's it, those were the ones, right? We
Yes,
got here
mine's
from
okay.
membership
I'll
and
join
outreach
in.
and board,
Because it's one
stakeholder
of the
initiative,
youngest.
land use committee there.
Michelle, just for the matter of consistency, did you want to change?
They want to learn
You have motions
to do
in place,
something.
it's not, you guys will take action on it no matter what.
Whereas the other ones
It's not
might do this.
consistency, did you want to put discussion, possible action to where it says motion to mode, motion to,
Instead of motion, put discussion and
I'm
I'm
possible
saying
action.
for matter of consistency.
To the
Right,
city
on number
council,
4 and number 5, right?
Wherever says motion.
Yeah,
discussion.
we like
Almost
that, that's where we
100.
That's
went
So it's
to.
more like,
Groups.
you know.
It's more of a,
10
it
to
gives
20
them
people
the option
each
to move it forward, not
willing
just
to sacrifice
saying, here, it's already a motion.
Yeah,
Because the
4 hours
motion,
of their life.
But,
This thing-
but both ways, it's
Free.
the same thing.
yeah,
But I'm saying just, we want to.
More than that.
Some places it's
Again.
motions, places discussion, possible action, that's a little.
Minimum.
okay.
Like not-
Yeah. Let's say 90 times 20
Figure discussion.
times 4 hours a month. And we are the only one in California, and most of the United States have such,
To have sex.
to have such.
I don't
So
know.
all of our-
I know. But I play it straight.
Yeah, the stakeholder initiative stays the same.
Right, but motion to vote for a secondary signatory, say that 5 times fast.
No, that one would stay, because that's exactly how it says
Yeah, but
on
you
there.
said you were gonna
Yeah.
vote for 3.
Initiatives are different.
You gotta move the 3 and make it consistent with the others.
So number 3, we're also gonna move it then, for it to say motion,
No, no,
discuss
no,
it?
no, no. The number, remember the formatting, remember the number 3?
Oh. Yeah, I gotta play with that, because this thing is,
Yeah, motion to discussion now to signify to the public that you guys will be taking action on it.
so for number 3, do you leave it as motion, or do you wanna,
Every discussion, possible action to vote for a second signatory.
isn't this how we send it to you?
This is exactly
It
what.
is exact.
But the reason why we're doing it is because now
Well,
we're,
now we're here together.
We're
Yeah,
in public.
Yeah, okay, okay. I'm like, I could've sworn this is how I send it.
I absolutely agree with
No,
that.
it's fine.
And I agree with this, I prefer this.
You did, it's fine. I'm just saying, like, if you want to be consistent.
Action.
I think so, yeah.
And we're doing that for this one too, correct?
gonna work?
To fill in.
And there's the other one.
So before any craziness happens right now in the middle of our document.
Save button, save the button, save button.
Save button.
Now, do we do that for the old business too? Or do we leave those as motions?
They're both the same.
We'll leave those as motions, okay?
They both say the same thing.
Yeah,
It's more of a, like a, if you want to be consistent.
okay. Should we be consistent then?
I said.
Okay.
But just, instead of just typing, it's just cut and paste, discussion, possible action.
She likes to type.
No, I know what you mean, but this thing's acting weird.
if a motion hasn't already been made on an issue, wouldn't discussion and possible action be more appropriate?
Yeah, I think that's why Tom's saying that.
I don't-
And that's
Thank
what we
you.
actually, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, that's what we've been seeing.
I don't think on number 9 we need the word must.
No,
Also
that's
action.
language from us though.
The must is from you?
Yeah, that's part of what they're,
That's the wording that they did on their,
Remember the last meeting? The last meeting, I was supposed to go back and see if we could give you guys an extension. And that's what, as the email the executive committee, we can. That's why it's up here.
oh, okay, so we will be having an extension?
Yeah.
What's your name?
For next month,
What else
that's
is that will
it.
be on there?
Okay. It's just grammatically it's not correct.
Well, I was the
That's all
last
right.
one to
which
know
part?
that.
Which part?
The must doesn't belong after that statement.
Look where it's
So,
right here.
yeah.
Okay, just you can take it out.
I mean, if the department is requiring it or something like that, I'd say put a note in there, say that. Say
So
that.
you were saying in parentheses at the end, somewhere say that this is
I think just
Required by-
The following required.
I say the must because
You know what,
it's,
that's from us. Just leave it. I'll just leave it.
Okay, even though it's grammatically not correct. Well, why don't you say the following required actions?
I think they cut and paste what our
You might want to take that back to the table.
All right.
okay, so everything has
It could be
discussion and
correct.
possible
Okay.
action.
But it's not.
So let's, what's going on here, why is this like this?
Oh, because it's supposed to be lowercase.
Okay, so we made a motion on the table to move the new business, which is, we were down here on number,
Items 4
starting with number 4,
through 9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The motion reads, items on executive agenda to be moved to general board agenda under new business as 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It was motion by Cynthia, second by Stephanie, and we didn't have public comment, so we're going to vote on this. Cynthia Sandoval,
Yes.
Stephanie Escobar, Michelle Corsantes, yes. 300, motion passes. These items will be on the general board as number 4, 5, 6, 7, and
4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yes. And then,
With all changes and corrections. because-
there's one more thing that I would like to move forward, which was, where is it? This one, number 7. Minutes. What will you have ready so we can move a motion forward to have,
By next Wednesday, I would say June's and July's.
oh, all right. So does anybody want to make a motion to,
Sure. I'll motion that we have discussion and possible action for the approval of the minutes from the general board meetings of June
2017 and July
7th, 2017.
do we put the specific date?
Yeah, I just don't remember which date it is.
June 7th.
Was it 7th also?
No, it wasn't.
No, I don't believe so.
Sorry, it
Okay,
was-
let me go back and find out.
Yeah, it wasn't, I just said that, it's July 7th.
No, you're absolutely right, it was June 7th.
Lucky guess.
June 7th and,
July 4th, no.
no, and July 7th.
Oh,
Hold
wow.
on.
It was June 7th and July 5th.
July 5th. Right, it was the day after 4th of July. July 5th.
Discussion and possible action, correct?
Oh, shucks. Hold on a second. There's a problem there. We didn't have our board meeting on July 7th, it was on July 5th. So in the very beginning of our new agenda, it has to be July 5th board meeting, not July 7th. So we need to change that. Do we have it somewhere there?
For the general board, is what you're talking about?
No, when I made the motions, I stated July 7th. It's supposed to be July
Right under
5th.
old business, I
Yeah.
Go under old business.
On the draft or on the executive? On the August 2nd, which one are you talking about?
Did you type any of that in there?
No, you didn't, right? So it's all verbal.
Yeah, the minutes that we just did right now, that motion you just said, it's right here. Want me to show it to you?
No, because right here on our agenda that we just posted,
For this meeting, it says July 7th. It's error. It's supposed to be July 5th
On executive.
on the executive agenda.
Okay, but we're talking about the number 7, the minutes. We're
But-
trying to get a motion. This
Right.
is what I put.
Right, June 7th and July 5th, right.
Yeah,
So that's
right.
correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
So this is gonna go on the general board agenda. You made the motion
Right.
and Stephanie seconds. Public comment on this motion?
To approve, not to approval.
Good job.
No,
And no capital A.
And no,
You drop down to your little A.
to approve the minutes.
The minutes.
No,
Any more public comment or recommendations?
go back one more. No.
Okay, none being said, let's go ahead and vote for that one. Cynthia Sandoval,
Yes.
Stephanie Escobar, Michelle Corsantes, yes. 3-0-0, motion passes. That we will have on our general board discussion and possible action to approve the minutes from the general board meeting of June 7th, 2017 and July 5th, 2017.
So item 7.
So the next one would be the treasurer's report. I don't have the monthly report for June yet, the bank statement. They're still trying to get us that. They did give us an extension for the June monthly report. They're giving us the extension all the way to August, end of August. And the July monthly report, they're giving us an extension all the way to September. So there's no rush because they're doing a lot of internal on the funding system, neighborhood county funding system. It's supposed to be as we spend and swipe the card and enter the reports, it's already creating the monthly report, and at the end of the month, they just push a button and voila, it's there. Right? How fun. But that's not happening yet, so there's gonna be no, it's coming, it's on its way. So how do we work this here? Do we put, there's no monthly report, do we just put that and then I give that big explanation on that date?
So actually, just an update.
Yeah, just an update.
I just found treasury report regarding LANC finance.
Finances and that's it.
LA, because you're LA 32, right? Is that it, LA 32 NC?
Yeah. So you're saying take out this part, discussion and possible action?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to leave it. I mean, it
Doesn't hurt to leave it there, huh? Because no one's gonna move it forward, right? But I'm just gonna give a report, we're not even gonna discuss it, like, if somebody says, well, what's the balance? I can't even give the balance, because they haven't given me that just yet, that monthly report.
Okay, but
I will be giving them a detailed report to the public and the board on that. So should I add July, just so it's there, so it could roll over for the next month?
Yeah.
So it could be there?
For June 2017 and July 2017.
Okay. So can I have a motion to move forward that one, number 8, on there, just like that, the way it reads?
I motion to move item 8
on our August 2nd general board meeting agenda to read
discussion and possible action, treasurer's report regarding LA 32 NC finances. Discussion and possible action for approval of the LA 32 NC monthly expenditure report for June 2017 and July 2017.
Second by Stephanie. And do we have any public comment on that? Okay, no public comment. Any more board discussion, Cynthia?
No.
Stephanie? Okay, so let's go ahead and vote. We're voting that item number 8 will read on the general board agenda. Treasurer's report regarding LE 32NC finances. Discussion and possible action for approval of the LE 32NC monthly expenditure report for June 2017 and July 2017. Cynthia Sandoval?
Yes.
Stephanie Escobar? Michelle Corsantes, yes. 3-0-0. Motion passes and will be on the general board agenda. So let's go back to our executive. We are now,
Future items.
any future items from executive committee? Is there anything you would like to see on the future for next month? Stephanie, anything? Public, anything you'd like to see in the future?
Did you guys ever approve our community impact filers yet? Community impact statement filers?
The car after hours to a
That's something the president was supposed to have responded to that email, and I didn't hear any or see any response.
Yeah, we could have a community impact statement filed.
And we need we need budget representatives too, we don't have either of those. So do we have to put those on there too?
Sure, but you,
No,
I think that's, but you guys didn't have budget?
no, not this year, yeah. We need to appoint someone.
Is it too late?
No?
No. You know, we're just discussing it to be heard, you know.
Do you have a blank member?
You guys have a homeless lady then.
We have a homeless.
Jose Luna, yes. Yes.
Those are some items in the future.
Yeah. So then I'll write that down so I can let Anthony know, because he'll be doing that. It'll be budget advocate, and what was the other one?
Community impact statement,
Filers.
filers.
Community impact statement filers.
Can you forward those two emails to us so that we can give them to Anthony, or you send them directly to him and then CC us so that we see that he received them? Because I mean, in all of the stuff that he's already had in the last 2 months, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where to find them.
Is there anything you want executive committee to do in the future? A concern that you have in the community that you want them to hear it and assign it to a committee?
But no, not right now.
Anything that you want a specific committee to do? We can talk about it next month and assign it to that committee. Anything on any bylaws, concerns, training,
Well, I mean.
any additional training you want to recommend next month for the board maybe? Maybe training,
Didn't we discuss that at one of our
outreach was going to do that. We're going to do kind of like a series of every other week training to the board on how to read monthly reports and how to do all that. But since the funding system changed, anything? No? You have a saying? You guys have a saying?
Well, I mean, I would suggest that we do that.
Training,
We would actually
Come
have
up
to
with something,
see
some training for,
what the subject matter is going to be.
yeah.
Because we've already had our training at, where was our training at? Oh, up there at Griffles, and that was based on,
We wanted to do training on setting agenda, the
That's the one.
template, here's the
Setting agenda,
template,
the
everyone
template.
does it like this. Your wording has to be like this, so we can all be in uniform.
yeah, because
So maybe we could
for
go
a
through
while,
executive committee and do workshops, you know, like you would do one PowerPoint on, I don't know, agenda settings, or she could do posting agendas, or I could do monthly reports, or Anthony could do some, each officer does something each week, you know, and we could probably put that in the future to detail what we're gonna do then. Yeah, that's something to hear for the future, no? Yeah.
I think it's important.
Yeah, so we'll also include that, and we'll put that next month in. Training, PowerPoint presentations.
Right, and then subject matter to be determined, because we don't know exactly what the subject matter is going to be yet. But it's, we have examples of agenda settings.
Example, agenda setting.
Let me provide you guys paperwork too.
Okay.
IST about something.
Maybe we could get a parlay to do a little bit of Brown Act again. Or Anthony likes Robert's rules, maybe you could do a little bit explaining on that, or a parlay. We'll figure out something, no?
One of our old board members gave us a cheat sheet, remember that?
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have that.
Okay, so we'll put that on there. We obviously are not voting to put it on right now.
Those are future agenda items.
Yeah. Anything else? No events? No? Okay.
The executive committee really doesn't put forward any events.
No, they don't. It's more just logistics stuff.
It's more logistics than.
You guys doing action at my office here?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday.
So does anybody want to motion to adjourn, number 6?
I motion to adjourn.
Oh, wait, whoa,
Oh, wait,
whoa. For the record,
It's motion 7.
we don't need to vote for the whole agenda, right? Because we voted in sections already, correct? So the agenda is good to go, right? Do you have your flash drive?
No, I don't have
Do you have yours? Okay. So does anybody want a motion to adjourn then, number 7? Okay, Cynthia?
I second.
She seconds. Our meeting has ended. It is 7:18. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well done. Real quick is, and completely informally, is Why do not your general board meetings have a sergeant at arms?
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
good
maybe
question.
we should do that in the future, put that on there.
Well, not until you can cut your meeting times
It's not part of our
down.